Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series number 28, the Heavy Artillery Roadblock. This figure is exclusive to Amazon, and Hasbro Pulse did put some available. I missed out on the Hasbro Pulse pre-order, but it worked out that Amazon actually did ship mine out and it arrived. I know a lot of folks have gotten delayed emails or cancellation emails or whatever the case may be. But I was lucky enough to get mine to come through. But anyway, we're taking a look at it. Heavy Artillery Roadblock down there at the bottom. The artwork looking very cool, very classic Roadblock there on the side. And we get that zoomed in look on the left side of the box. Looks pretty awesome. We get the different insignias for Roadblock there on this side. You can see he is number 28. Looking at the back of the box, this is the same that we see with all of the other figures. They did not add any characters there. We still have the Alley Vipers, which have not been released or announced or shown or nothing. Teased, nothing at all. So, Roadblock, let's get him out of the box. Okay, and here is Roadblock out of the package, and what a really nice looking figure. It is, however, another Roadblock figure, but I know a lot of folks in the G.I. Joe classified community really appreciate when Hasbro releases a 6-inch figure that really pays homage to the original classic vintage figure. So here we have Roadblock V3, or version 3. For the most part, obviously it's not 100% to the likeness. Some of the straps and things would be different color. But based off of that deco look, here we have this Roadblock. Now, it uses a lot of the same pieces as the previous Roadblock figures. And there's one thing that's really weird about the left leg on this one, because he got a regular kneecap as opposed to the knee pad that the other Roadblocks figures have. And then there's still something really weird going on with his left leg, the calf. It just fits on there, like even looking at it, right, it bows out. There's just something really weird about it. But the head sculpt on this guy is amazing. It looks absolutely fantastic. So let's take a look at the accessories, then we're going to zoom in on Roadblock and take a look at some of the details. Then we'll take a look at the articulation. We'll do the comparison between the four different Roadblock figures that we now have. 4 of them. Okay, so first up, he has a handgun pistol, as you can see here, but it's done in green. Like, why? I get that the classic vintage figures and the accessories and stuff were all like a solid color, but green, I mean, really, it takes away some of the realism of it. Not, a deal breaker or anything, but, we get a realistic looking gun. But it's done in green plastic, so it's just kind of funky. Roadblock does have on his right leg a holster for the gun. It was a tight ass fit, and I really have to force it down. And it's a pain in the ass, like poking the hell out of my finger, forcing it down in there. But it holds in there like that. And that's kind of it for that. The other accessory that we have here is the minigun, the Gatling gun. Here it comes in 2 different pieces. So you have the ammo barrel, which I now cannot. There we go. It just slides kind of in and out. Now this is the same minigun that came with the Breaker and Ram cycle from the Cobra Island Target exclusive Breaker figure. So the minigun is the same. You can see it's the one with Roadblock, though, comes in a dark green plastic as opposed to the green of the one that comes with Breaker. It is the same thing. Breaker, of course, just doesn't have the ammo barrel there, or whatever you would call it. And you can see it fits on there, but then the greens and the blacks don't match. And then you could just slide it, unslide it to get it on there. Whoops. As long as I get it on there the right way. So we have there like so, and the barrels do swivel. They do have peg holes on the ends, so depending on what smoke accessories you might have, like here is the little Black Widow smoke accessory from Marvel Legends. It kind of ports in there, so you could kind of look like it's smoking like you just fired it off. So that is a nice little touch. But there we go. There's the minigun. It's detailed nicely. But I'm just not a fan of the green color, but I guess it would work kind of here as opposed to the handgun that Roadblock comes with. But yeah, we do get a little bit of paint actually on the handle, the top handle here. We get a little bit of black paint on that handle, and that's it. That's the only paint we get on there. So now, let's take a look at Roadblock. Oh, I guess this would be considered an accessory, right? His helmet. and that's sculpted nicely. The straps and everything is done in a black color, and then the rest of the helmet is done in a green color. That all looks pretty good. Sculpted details are nice on there. So that's it for accessories. Now we have Roadblock, so let's get that back on him. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Roadblock with the helmet on, and it fits on there nicely. It's not going to fall off or anything like that. We can just pull that right off, and here we have a very classic-looking Roadblock, which I think looks fantastic. Looks a lot better than the previous two Roadblock head sculpts that we have gotten in the past, both the Special Missions Cobra Island Target exclusive and the #1 release from the first wave, as well as the Redeco, which would be the field variant. Is, according to Hasbro Pulse, they've relabeled them as field variants to kind of have the more neutral colors as opposed to the bright golds. But this head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. It's done really nice. The sculpted detail of the head sculpt, the facial hair, everything about it. This head sculpt is absolutely great. One of Hasbro's best in the Classified series line, if not the best. I mean, it's probably the best one. You guys can let me know down in the comments below. It's, it's all going to be very subjective, but I think this is one of the best, if not the best, in the G.I. Joe Classified series lines, because it just looks fantastic. Really damn good. There is no tattoo on this version, unlike the Cobra Island and the regular field variant and #1 release. Both have the tattoo on his arm. Yep, but this one does not. So this, again, this goes kind of more classic with Roadblock. And he has the camouflage green tank top there, and that looks pretty good. You get the camo pattern. It's not like too crazy. It's a little subtle, but it's done fairly nicely looking at the back. You have that peg hole, and that lines up with the is that a bandolier? You guys let me know. Is that what that one's called? That one's done in a black color. It's pretty thin. It kind of moves around a little bit, and you can kind of adjust it. And it's got some pouches and some things. It's not removable, but at least we're not getting a big ass vest that's going to hinder the the ab crunch or anything like that. So that is pretty good. He's got a black belt, and then he's got these reddish or these tannish brown pants. But here's one of the things that I had talked about that's kind of crazy, and the more I look at it, the more it kind of pisses me off. So the other two Roadblocks had a knee pad. So this one does not have a knee pad. So Hasbro, silly them, didn't have a regular knee for this Roadblock, for these pants. So we get the sculpted detail in the texture of the pants, which is really nice, except that damn kneecap. What the hell, Hasbro? You gave us a smooth ass kneecap when the pants are textured. Look at that shit. That's bad. Texture, no texture. Texture, no texture. Texture, no texture. Like, come on. And then see how it like scrunches up all weird like there? What the hell is that? So that's just kind of funky. We get green for the shin guards there, and then the boots. And then, like, looking at it, right, the left leg is longer than the right. Like, what? Right, you guys see that, right? Is it just me? Or am I going crazy? It's a little bit longer, right? What the hell is that about? Oh, that's just so odd to me. And it may have been the case before, and I just never noticed it. And it looks like, it's just weird. Like, this boot is also taller. I don't know. It's weird to me. That's strange, right? It's not just me. You guys let me know down in the comments below, because that shit's going to drive me crazy. That knee pad and now these the legs being different sizes, different heights. Like, what the hell's going on? But other than that, it looks pretty good, right? You get the homage to the original V3, the classic looking, the holster there on his right leg, black gloves. The figure itself looks really good, except for when you look at some of the details of it, which really sucks because it's an awesome release. The head sculpt is absolutely fire. The very classic look, which is what I think a lot of people have wanted. They didn't like the whole modern take on some things. Bright colors and such. I get it. But it's 2021. There's going to be kind of new iterations, new interpretations, new designs. So I get it. It is cool to get classic figures. I'm kind of glad they didn't do like a 6-inch retro vintage card type of deal. No doubt in my mind Hasbro will do that eventually, but right now, no. The same box we get with all the other classified series lines. So I would only imagine more and more figures are going to come out like this. Storm Shadow, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But yeah. Enough of my rant. Let's check out his articulation. Okay, Roadblock. He can look all the way down. His head is on a ball joint, and the neck, of course, is a separate piece, so you can kind of get some movement going on in the neck. We get all kinds of crazy neck pivot going on there. Full swivel, of course. Arms go out that high. You get a full rotation. Of course, there is a little bit of a butterfly joint, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's not all that effective. I mean, he's so damn bulky. It's there just to kind of be there. Again, it's kind of useless. Upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow like so. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. And we have the horizontal hinge, not the vertical hinge. We have an ab crunch on Roadblock that we can actually use, but I guess the Cobra Island one did, but I think that was a different torso. But he can crunch forward that much. He can crunch back that much. None of the camo paint continues on that way, so that is pretty good. And then we get a ball joint at the diaphragm, so you can get swivel in there, and then you can get some pivot going to either side. And then you can also go back along with the ab crunch. You go back that far, coming forward with the ab crunch and the ball joint at the waist, you get that far forward. So that is pretty good. We do have the drop down hip feature with like all G.I. Joe classified series. So you can kick forward that much. You can go straight out and do the splits. You have an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed knee like so. We get a boot swivel. Foot hinges down all the way. Tiny bit up if at all the shin guard really gets in the way. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And this is a big ass dude with some little ass feet. Feet should be bigger. But again, the figure looks good. Don't pay attention to the details of the knee and the fact that the legs are like different lengths. But just the overall aesthetic of the figure, I think, is fantastic. And an awesome head sculpt to go with it. So now, let's see those comparisons. Okay, so here we have the Roadblock figure. So this is the first release, number 1, the Field variant. Again, Hasbro Pulse has officially retitled it the Field variant Roadblock, which is again also number 1. The Cobra Island Target exclusive, which is number 11, and the new Heavy Artillery Amazon exclusive number 28. You guys let me know down in the comments below which one is your favorite Roadblock aside from the Amazon exclusive, because we all know that this one is going to be the favorite of the bunch because he is fantastic. You know, he doesn't have that knee pad, that ever so cool knee pad that makes it to where the knee that he has is smooth and not fitting of the texture of his pants, but it is what it is. Whatever, it sucks, I hate that, but not the end of the world. But damn, this Roadblock looks so much better than the other ones. Now, this one, I never minded, and I know that it's like the video game look. You know, I don't know if they designed the video game to look like their figures, or if they designed the figures to look like the video game. The game was probably years in the making. The figures were probably a couple of years in the making also, so it maybe just goes hand in hand on whoever first designed the figure. But the Field variant is a much better look for that particular version of Roadblock. The Cobra Island one is cool for what it is, but this Heavy Artillery Roadblock, very classic looking, just really stands above the rest, in my opinion. But you guys let me know if you agree or not. Okay, and there's my review on the Heavy Artillery number 28 Amazon exclusive Roadblock. You guys let me know down in the comments below all your thoughts on this figure. Did you get your order? Did yours get canceled? Did yours get delayed? Let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully Hasbro and Amazon, mainly Amazon, right? They're the ones that put in the order. Hasbro produces to what they want, ships them what they order. Hopefully Amazon gets their shit together, gets everyone's orders out. Hopefully there's extra that can go up for order for those that missed out on the pre-order, because it did pre-order sell out quickly. It had been in and out a couple of times, but again, sold out quickly. The damn third-party sellers on Amazon are already trying to sell for like 90 plus. But hopefully there is more. In my opinion, Hasbro has been learning from the experiences from Wave 1 and how there was just so much of a shortage. Cobra Island was a disaster of not having enough quantities to meet demand. Whether, you know, there were containers full that were held up at customs or whatever that I've heard with Cobra Island and Target exclusives, how they were able to do the reissues. I think that there was just another production run. I could be wrong. I have no insider knowledge to know either way. Have no clue. But I'm hopeful that Hasbro has learned from the mistakes and would be able to have enough of these available. You know, the Arctic the Storm Shadow, Arctic Mission Storm Shadow, there it is. That figure sold out quickly, and it didn't really come back in stock again, and a lot of people are having a hard time getting it or don't want to pay extra money to get it, and that sucks. So hopefully Roadblock is not that same situation, and he does become a little bit more abundant so everyone can get their hands on it, because I think this is one that everyone should get their hands on. Should a classic version like this be exclusive somewhere? In my opinion, probably not, but they are going to focus more on modern stuff, so I can understand it from that point, whereas, you know, certain retro, homage, throwback, vintage, whatever, could go to some places for exclusivity. But with the G.I. Joe line, right, we have a lot of collectors for nostalgia stake, or collected the 3 3/4 inch figures when they were kids. These are the ones that they really, really want. So these ones should be in a high abundance for people to get. I could be wrong on that. Hopefully that will be the case, but we shall see. Anyway, that's it. I'm done rambling and ranting. You guys let me know any comments below. If you guys liked the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.